Hey, Storytelling Ron, and I want to talk to you guys about making easy villains, interesting villains, witch doctor shamans, throwing them in with your goblins and orcs. An easy way. You don't have to go and create a whole character and get all these little spell lists and stuff. Just think of it very simplistically. Like a sorcerer, who inherently has wild magic or something. So if you have 6 goblins, right? And you want to you want to make it more interesting and tactics and strategy, freak out the players. It's always great when you're doing combat and you say you save versus, right? Because then everyone is like, whoa, what's going on? It's always cool when there's a saving throw that has to happen in the midst of the fight or whatever, right? So just checking my sound. Conditions. All you got to do is look at these conditions. You just create a spell quickly with one of these conditions, and you just use a difficulty class. You just pick a difficulty class: DC 10, Con, Wisdom. You know what I mean? That they have to save with. So, let's just an example: blinding. Very simple. A goblin, little shaman in the back with the 5 other goblins or whatever. He does a little and he just casts a little blinding thing, and he just has it inherently in him, like as a sorcerer. It's not a specific spell or anything. He just can blind someone, and you just described one of the characters there. A black mist starts to form around their eyes and itch and irritate, or whatever visual or thing you want to do. Just make it cool, and they have to resist. And at first, low level, you could do DC 10, 12, Con, or Wisdom, depending on, like Charmed would be Wisdom. Would be Charisma. But, blinding, like, so they could get blinded. And it doesn't even have to be a full blinding. You could, the effect could be they're at disadvantage for the combat. Or they're always last, in the round. You could do something kind of simple like that. You don't have to always make it like they're incapacitated. They're just kind of hindered in some way. Charmed, you can have, obviously, they're charming the character and making them either defend the goblin or they, I don't know what, defend or just be dumb or try to grapple one of the characters. Maybe they don't kill them, but they just try to tackle them, and mess up the other characters. And it's obviously deafened, like a ringing in the ear. Maybe the creature does a crazy wail, like there's a bird that does, you hear that's drilling going on, or they're doing some sanding over there. But you could do like some sort of creature that wails out and stuns them, and they gotta save versus con, their ears pop or something. So it's very easy to pick in these conditions and just quickly do an extra little trait or spell or for your creatures, and especially when you have a group of orcs or goblins, and one of them could be born with a wild magic, and so they treat that one as the witch doctor, the shaman, or the kind of the special one, and so it's just like that. That orc or goblin could be a little weaker, than the others, but probably have a couple better things because they all admire them or whatever, or fear them. So that's just a simple way. You can just as you're playing, you literally, they encounter 6 orcs. Okay, well, I'm gonna make one of them a shaman, right? So, and you got your DM screen out, and you got the conditions right here, right? So you just pick one that you can paralyze, stunned, petrify, whatever, and they'll have some sort of way of casting one spell, one, maybe 2, maybe the second time. But like I would make it so that they can keep casting everything, but just like 1 or 2 spells. And it just makes and the combat's only going to be short anyway, so it just makes it more interesting. And it's a quick and easy way of putting in spellcasters, so that the party is never just fighting just regular creatures. So that's just my one quick tip on how to just add something to it and not have to worry about making a wizard, NPC or sorcerer NPC, and creating all the lists. Just add that one little spell they can do, and then grappled is a good one, right? They can summon little vines, or real simple, they could just they create mud or around their feet that gets them stuck. It's just a DC 12 dex or strength to avoid, and if they don't, then they can't move and they're at disadvantage to attacks, to anything beyond 5 feet or something like that. Or even right there. So So yeah, that's how you can use these, and just yeah, like just repeat myself at this point, but you get the idea, and make your combats more interesting and fun. Always add something cool to the group dynamic. All right, that's it.